All right, so we're going to take a look at a fairly straightforward order of operations question. You can see here there are two operations, a subtraction and an addition. So BEDMAS tells us how to approach this and how to know which comes first. We always think BEDMAS to start with B for brackets. Clearly there are no brackets in here, so we can forget brackets. Again, there are no exponents, there's no division, and there's no multiplication. We simply have an addition and a subtraction. If you watch the previous video, you'll remember that when we're choosing between add and subtract, like we are, which one of these do I do first? The rule is, and the braces, the bracket here is to tell me, remind me about that rule, that I do whichever one of these comes first in the order. So when we're looking at it, the first thing we come across is the subtract, 36 take away 10. So we have to do that first. Even though addition, A for addition, comes before the S in the word BEDMAS, we have to remember this rule. When you're picking between add and subtract, do whichever one comes first. So 36 minus 10, that gives us 26. We have to keep the add 5 here because we haven't done anything with it yet. So now we've taken the original expression and we've made it easier. So I can ignore what I started with and now just focus on my new line here, which has been simplified. I've done the subtraction. I've made that simpler. Now all I have to do is one more step, do the addition here. Once I have 26 plus 5 is 31. There we have our solution. Fairly straightforward. No real big issues to come across. Just remembering that I follow the order of operations all the time with BEDMAS. Neat thing happens though if we do one little thing to change that problem. Let's think about the same thing for a minute here. 36 take away 10 plus 5. What if I slip some brackets right in there? This changes everything because when we think of BEDMAS, the order of operations, B for brackets, now there is brackets. Now there are a pair of brackets right here. So I can't do anything until I've looked after the brackets. The first time around there weren't any, so we skipped right down to here. Chose between add and subtract. I can't do that now because the brackets make me do this first. So, okay. There we go. I'm going to start out by keeping the 36 subtract because I'm not doing anything with this yet. I'm trying to figure out what I'm subtracting away from the 36. That's why I'm going to do the math in the brackets first. So 10 plus 5 in the brackets is 15. I don't have to keep the brackets there since I've answered all the math inside the brackets down to one number. 10 plus 5 is 15. So since I've finished the math inside the brackets, they can go away. If there was more work to do inside here, I'd have to keep them until I was done all the work inside the brackets. So now, done. Got it. Looked after. Now I start again. I've simplified it, made it easier. And now I don't have to worry about what I started with. I worry about what I've got left now to do. No brackets, no exponents, no divide, no multiply, no add, just a subtraction. So that's all I have to do. So 36 take away 15 is 21. A very different answer than what we had in the first place. Looks like the same problem, but because the brackets were here, it forced me to do the addition first. Kind of makes sense because in the first case, when I did the subtract first, I only took 10 away from 36. And then I added 5 more, so I made it bigger from there. This time, when I had to do the brackets first, I took away 15 from 36. So I was taking away more from this 36 than I did in the first place. So it makes sense that this answer is smaller. So it just goes to show you that the order of operations can make a huge difference, and I want to make sure that I follow BEDMAS every step of the way very clearly and make sure that I show my solutions, show every step so that I don't forget anything, I don't miss anything. So there we go. Two fairly similar, simple examples. Even though they gave us two different answers, we followed the rules of BEDMAS and we scored.